first time I've ever done this, so please bear with me, because what I'm about to do is reasonably tricky. And I was going to have the amp on all the time, but it hums, so I'm going to turn it on at the end. So that's why you've just got the pad, which I'm now just going to play. Keep playing on at all. So, Drumnosis is a concept I came up with about 5 years ago, because I've been playing drums professionally for about 20 years. And I started noticing a lot of connections between hypnosis and playing drums. So, commonalities. Obviously, this is all on the board behind the technology. There are certain things that are elicited when you're playing drums and doing hypnotherapy. So obviously you're noticing I'm doing two things at the same time. Okay? My brain's coordinating this. And I can switch the patterns and still get talking. Linear consciousness, so one thing at a time. Whilst it looks like I'm doing several things at once, and even on here it probably sounds like I'm doing several things at once, I'm actually only ever doing one thing at a time. Idiomotor response. Now, idiomotor response is to do with how your brain controls your body. This is a really, really important factor in hypnosis. And it is an important factor in learning an instrument, because if you can't feel it or see it, you can't do it. It's that simple. I think the most important sense in drumming is touch. And the second most important is sight. Hearing actually is less relevant than those two. And so if I can imagine playing something or feel it in the background, that's how I can talk and play at the same time. Two different senses. Okay, two different parts of the brain. And solidify through repetition. This pattern here, anybody play an instrument? Anybody read music? No? Okay, it's in three. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I've practiced that to get it to that level, which I'm going to over for about 2 years. To get it to the point where I just play without even thinking about it. Your mind and your body are binary systems that work exactly the same way as a computer. Now, if any of you have done neuroscience, you know that this isn't entirely correct, but it's basically true. You are only capable of producing one thought at a time. Okay? You can't do more than two things. Multitasking, forget it, doesn't exist. Okay? There's no such thing as multitasking. There is only rapid linear tasking. So switching between sources. Okay? Now it gets difficult. I'm starting to stack tasks. So on my hand, I'm playing how your mind sees a drum beat. Now this is, I believe this is from a program called Fruity Loops. Yeah. This always happens, by the way. This is how your mind sees a drum beat. So that top line is this instrument here. So I'm just going to play that. So can't read that, you're just going to have to trust that I am actually playing what's up there. Okay? But what I want you to realise is that your brain is seeing each one of these things as a discrete event. Event number 1, event number 2, event number 3, event number 4, event number 5, event number 6, event number 7. Okay, speed it up. One thing at a time. Just like the tasks fast enough. And make it sound like you're doing a hell of a lot of things, but only at any one time when you're ever doing one thing. This, obviously, takes a lot of practice. Okay? As it says there, your mind sees every task. Got it? Your mind sees every single task you do as a series of binary events. Okay. Now this is important to understand in hypnosis, for example, in curing smokers. Because it sees that smoking is a series of binary events. It's that cigarettes up the packing, put it in your mouth, you light it up and take it out. So it's sequencing everything. What you have on the left-hand side there, where it says, ignore the right-hand side, where it says binary code, what you have is a series of ons and offs. Okay? And so we look at that in drums, and how your body looks at it generally is the on is your leading limb. So I'm left-handed. So anytime a 1 turns up, I play my left hand. Anytime a 0 turns up, I play the right hand. Does that make sense? Yeah? So the first one it's seeing is off, 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 off. Okay? And then off, 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 off. And the slower you get it, the harder it becomes. The acid test of control isn't how fast you can do it, it's how slow you can do it. Because that happens, alright? Does that make sense? And so the last one at the bottom would be all left hands. On. If you take the one, you see where it says binary code, 0, 1, 1, 1. So that's on. Okay? If you do too many, if you attempt too many actions at once, or the speed of the input is too high, like it's getting at the moment, because I'm having to read and concentrate on what I'm doing, you start to overload. In fact, the slower you go, the more imminent overload becomes until you get crash. Okay? In humans, this is referred to as anxiety. Okay? It's the same thing. If I try and do too many things at the same time, believe it or not, that's actually easier for me to do than the other one. It's fast, as soon as I slow it down. So I have to become more consciously aware of what I'm doing. It's harder to talk. It's probably good for you, but not so good for me. Okay, next one. Anxiety triggers physical reaction, which I'm getting right now. I can get my heart feels like someone's doing that over my heart. So I'm starting to get a little bit tense. I can't keep control. So I just slow down even more. And at this point, with an instrument, if I'm practicing, I begin to shut my eyes. Now why would I do that? Take one out. Visual input, yeah. Removes one part of the system. It's easy to do. Control my breathing. And it starts to do that. Okay? And this is, okay. As I said before, these things manifest themselves as sensations in the body. This is sliding away from this, I'm going to move it. And drop my sticks. There you go, too many things. These manifest as sensations in the body. Okay? Fear produces breathlessness, choking sensations, palpitations in the heart, there's adrenaline that floods the system. Anything that overloads the system will cause this to happen. Anything. Period. Okay? All of you do this all the time. You're all doing too much. Every single one. And if you want to stop that happening, remove something from the system and you calm down automatically. Okay? And the rate of input of information exceeds the capacity of the system, failure occurs. On the left-hand side, you've got to press down. Okay? Depression is shut down. If you are overloaded for an extended period of time, your body just shuts off. Okay? Or if you try and do something that's really difficult, so I'm going to play now I can't do 5 on this hand against that. So if I try it just crashes instantly because too much stuff. Same thing on a computer with the lovely Corydon Central. It basically works the same. Everybody's system has a different capacity level. Everybody can take different levels of stress. If you're not aware of your stress level, you will constantly overload, and then the system will compensate by doing things like smoking, drinking, eating too much, becoming aggressive, becoming depressed. Okay. There you go. If you do too many things at once, you will experience shutdown. The number one thing that causes shutdown in most people is rushing. Gotta do it now, gotta do it now, gotta do it now. So if I was to try and do something. Attention. See that? You can see it in the body, whereas if I just back off, it's nice and smooth. Which one sounds better? That one. See? And that's how you get quality. Okay? How do we tackle it? You have to learn to play within the rules of the system. Okay? Your body does this on its own. It's an automatic system. It doesn't care what you want. All it cares is that it's in a relaxed state as often as possible. Okay? thing at a time. In your business life, I say this because you're a business people, one thing at a time. Look at what you're doing, audit your goals, prioritise, and then drop something out. And watch what happens. Okay, that's the hard bit. It's not doing stuff, it's not doing stuff. That's the difficult bit, because your brain goes, shit, well, if I leave that out, everything will go wrong. Okay? It happens in music all the time. I must show off. I must do this. This is better action. That's easier for you to listen to. It's simpler. Make sense? Okay. Slow down. A lot. It improves the quality, and also you hear that the hits are more accurate. It sounds more relaxed. It sounds better. You will perform to a much higher level. You learn to back off. Rinse and repeat. Now, as I said at the start, this kind of thing it's one of the hardest things to get people to do. These kind of things take a lot of rehearsal. It takes about 2 years to get a foot pattern automatic. Do what you like over it. That kind of speed on the hands. That's about 200 beats a minute. It's about 850 hits in a minute. It takes about 10 years to reach to the point where it's just volume level, and I'm switching muscles there. So this, different muscle groups of this. Incidentally, this is probably more impressive to you than the coordination because you understand it. Makes sense? It's simpler. People like speed. Oh, it's really fast! Right? That's what most beginners do. So I want to get faster, I want to get faster, I want to go faster. Okay, next one. And so, you cannot beat your own mind. You can't do it. It's not possible. You will hear this a lot, is that can't I do this with willpower? No, you can't. Willpower's a myth, it doesn't exist. Okay, all you have to do is understand how the system works and give it what it wants and it'll do it for you. Okay, so when I practice something that I can't do, which I'll show you at the moment, this is a particularly awkward pattern. So this is in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I fucked it up. See? So this is hard, so I'm going to play 2 on the hands over the top. Ah, see? So I need to slow it down. There you go. Okay, and the slower I can do it, the better I get. Until eventually, that's not clean, but it's there. That's taken 2 days. Okay. Fight it, and it'll be. The term I heard used, which I quite like, is your emotional brain will turn on the artillery. Okay, it will make you more stressed, and you will perform worse. Okay, one thing at a time. Slow down, because actually you don't have a choice. Next. Turn that on.
You've got a plug which is at the back of that. So,
Well, that's okay. So excuse the hum. So this is essentially what that sounds like.